when I first saw you, first met you, a year and a half ago or so, maybe a year and a half, that was before the release of Best Shot, and you've grown into like a big personality in country music. You know, it's almost like now that you've had some success, can you just be yourself and have fun, no pressure and stuff? I love it.
It's fun because I feel like the thing that people love most about successful artists is they're being themselves. Like, the reason why people can try to be FGL but they'll never be, because that's really BK and Tyler as people. You know, Eminem, you can't duplicate Eminem because that's Eminem. People can't duplicate Kanye or Jay-Z because that's them. You know, and the only person, every superstar, what you love about them is their individuality. And if I think if more artists, if we would be comfortable in our own skin, who we are, that's really what connects with you.
But like, this is like you're blinged out a little bit.
It's
Although
cheap,
the last time I saw you, you told me, is it just costume stuff?
Yeah, it's cheap, man. It's $8. The most expensive thing I have is this is $20. Me and my whole band have it.
All right. Is that because you are cheap with your money, or you're just like, I can't roll around with expensive jewelry, if I'm performing something could break?
I just refuse to pay more than $50 for jewelry. Okay, more than $30.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is, I bought this at a yard, at like a little, what do you call those things where they have festivals?
Like an estate sale?
They have like festivals and people set up like little tents.
Oh, like a flea market?
Yeah, it's $10. And I tell people, think about Nashville, that's different from pop or hip hop labels. Pop and hip hop labels will sign you if you have X amount of followers on Instagram and sell out X amount of shows. Country don't really care about that. They want you to spend time in Nashville, because I know white artists that do country that can't get a deal. They got 100,000 followers on Instagram, they're selling out clubs, but they haven't put time in Nashville.
Right.
And that's the trick.
And you knew that. You said I could go from Delaware to Nashville, and if I have to have a chicken sandwich over the course to do the other thing that country artists need to do is the accessibility. It's like always got to be humble. You know, love the fans, which you do. That's a big responsibility. Yeah. Like, you can't big time a line of your fans waiting to get into your show. If you do that, that connection could be lost. And whereas in the pop world or the rock world, they could get away with being a little bit more arrogant or a little bit more having an aura. You kind of can't do that in country. It's just, it's hard.
And the thing about country is it praises the human side of artists, to where the pop side, the more elusive and mysterious you are, it's cool. But country, they praise the real side of people. They, you know, most country artists come from blue collar families. You rarely see people that were rich from the suburbs in country music. You might find one every now and again, but most of the time, most people in country music come from blue collar families.
So you feel like the accessibility, because I see the way you tweet at fans. You interacted with something I did a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, pretty awesome. Do you think that that's just genuine because of humble roots and humble beginnings, and nothing to do with, well, this is just what's expected of me?
That's just what I do.
That's just what you do.
That's just me. You know? And I feel like what people have to do is always be yourself. You know, because for me it's a gift and a curse. It's a double-edged sword of the country thing, because you have country market, they expect you to be accessible and talk. Right. But there's a lot of artists, like for instance, radio tour. Radio tour, you got to go out, you got to meet people, you got to meet program directors, you got to talk, you got to do interviews. But there's a lot of artists that just aren't comfortable talking because they're introverts, you know. And I feel like for me it's not fair to them, because they're not really used to talking anyway. And I wish it could get to the point where if people are outgoing people, let them be outgoing people. But the people that aren't, just appreciate them.
I feel like Kane Brown is one of those guys. And I'm only using him as an example.
I know Kane. He's like a little brother.
He's quiet, and he comes off in a way like he's someone unapproachable, but he answered all the questions. Kane, whereas you're like, what up, man? How's it going?
Kane's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Like he'll do anything for you. But you know, Kane, Sam, Chris Stapleton, they're all introverts.
They're a little
and I wish it was to where you could just, because I've seen a few stations not play artist music because the artist wasn't as lovable. But I'm like, that's not their personality. I'm like, are you here because you want to? Are you playing their personality on the radio, or are you playing their songs? I feel like we should appreciate the music first. And then whoever the artist is as a person, let them be that person. You know, if they're an introvert, the worst thing you can do as an introvert is force them to, you know, meet fans when they're not ready, or have long dinners with radio programmers when they're not ready. Because what happens is if they don't do that, they're uncomfortable. The program director might think, oh, I don't like that person because they didn't want to talk. Well, they're not a talker.
Well, you're lucky. That will never be you.
Oh, yeah, no.
That'll never be you. We have a couple minutes with you. Mother's Day is coming up. I know that mom is everything to you, right? Like, she is everything to you.
For sure.
Yeah. Could we call her? Could you wish her like an early Happy Mother's Day? Will she take a call from Jimmie Allen right now in the afternoon on a Wednesday?
We're about to find out.
No FaceTime, because I don't want to put mom on the spot like that.
She's probably looking weird right now.
Have you done anything super cool for mom since you've made it and had like a #1 hit and all that stuff?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see if she answers. Let me tell her I'm going to put on speakerphone.
All right. Jimmie Allen's calling his mom. We'll see.
Hey, mom, you answered. Hey, I'm about to put you on speakerphone. I'm doing a radio interview right now with a station up here in New York. So don't say nothing crazy. I'm about to put you on speakerphone, okay? Hold on.
What's mom's name?
Angela. Hello? Hey, mom.
Hey, hi, Angela. It's Brian here, hanging out with your son from WGNA in Albany. Thanks for answering. I mean, I know it's your son and all, but you probably have a busy life too,
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
So, doing great. Congratulations on his success. He says he calls you pretty much every day or so. You guys talk a lot?
Yes.
And he keeps you up to date of what's happening and all that stuff? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just asked him before you picked up, I'm like, what has Jimmie done for you since he's made all this money and had like a #1 hit? And he goes, I don't know, I'm sure I did something. What, do you know what he did, or can you tell us a couple cool things he's done for you?
He brought me a brand new 2018 Rogue.
Nissan Rogue, small SUV, yeah.
That's a SUV. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did do that. I forgot about that.
He's being humble, Mom. He's being humble. We just wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day. You don't know me, but I know your story, and I know a little bit about Jimmie's story, and he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, all these tremendous, strong women out there. So we just wanted to wish you an early happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. He's great. He's a great dad. He's a great son. Even if he weren't famous, as far as secular calls famous, my son is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful character. He's
cry.
But you love him a little more with after a number. You love him a little more after a #1, though, right? Like after Best Shot. A little more?
Not even the same.
I love him the same. And it can't get more than that.
I love this. Happy Mother's Day. Anything you want to say to Mom?
Thank you.
Yeah, I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day, and
I love you too, baby.
I'll see you soon.
All right, you're growing into your authentic self.
Oh, I love
that. I love you too.
All right, bye-bye.
See you, Brian.
Thank you. Great talking to you. Happy Mother's Day. You're a pleasure.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I gotta hang up before she says something crazy. She might have tried to pray for us over the phone.
I need a little
That's
Jesus in my life.
She is a definitely a believer and strong with it, man.
I love your music.
Thank you.
We have a minute left. What's next? Where's 2019 and 20 gonna take us for Jimmie Allen?
Just hopefully, we can get this next single to as far as we can get it up the chart. Hopefully that's #1. I'd like to go past #1, like -1.
Yeah, like negative.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. We're about to put out new music. Got some cool duets coming out with some people in different genres. Doing a movie this year.
I see that, by the way. Genre. So
yeah.
Expanding
the
boundaries of country.
Just as far as just some of my favorite artists now, with the little success I've had, I'm able to work with some of my favorite people. So doing that, and got some cool tours. Got the Chris Young tour, the Rascal Flatts tour. Got the tour this year with Kane Brown. In one movie, I'm playing a military guy.
Really?
I'll get more details on that next week. And
really?
One movie.
Big production?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Really?
And then I'm doing a movie on my life, kind of like 8 Mile style, where they wanted to do a story. So a guy from the movie that produced Love Actually and a bunch of other movies reached out to my booking agency, UTA in LA, and said, hey, I'm looking to do a story on an artist. What do you have? So they could have pitched them, everybody from Kevin Hart to Jamie Foxx, whatever, but they pitched me. So we just started working on that. I think we'll start filming into this year, early next year.
It would have been Kevin Hart, but he's probably got 8 projects that he's doing just this week.
I love how hard he works.
He's the hardest worker.
So for me, just if I see days off from my calendar, I try to fill it with something. I love it. Whether it's music or TV.
I'll never forget when you came by the GNA studios. We didn't know who you were. You were camped out in your RV. We're like, bring him in. And I remember I asked you something about just country music. What is country? And you said country music. And I don't know if you remember what you said, but you said country music is family.
So many people get so wrapped up on what's country, but for me, what makes an artist country isn't about how many, if they wear a cowboy hat or not. It's not about if they have a fiddle in their song. To me, country and Christian are the same, to where it's about the artist that's singing the music. Because what makes a Christian artist because themselves they're Christians. I feel like what makes a country artist is how they were raised, where they were raised, moral values, you know. And I feel like that's what makes a country artist, you know. So
congrats. And good luck.
Thank you so
and
much.
thanks for remembering us.
Hey,
you always do a nice
Thanks
job.
for remembering me.
That means a lot.
Hey, yeah, listen to my friends here at WGNA, and not just my music, but every other artist that they play, because, you know, this is how we take care of our families. So we appreciate you spending your hard-earned money to come to our shows, and, you know, when the sun's out, even when it's not, keep the windows down and keep blasting this station. You have a great day.